Hey folks, just a quick note to let you know you can now support the podcast by shopping on Amazon.com. Just go to the specific page on Nerdist.com for this episode, click on the Amazon banner, and shop as you normally would, and Daddy gets a taste.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 72 of the Competitiv Erotic Fanfiction Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Cook, and you've found the internet's #1 most trusted source for Muppet boners and horny loners. Today we've got round 2 from a show recorded March 8th at the Davis Square Theater in Boston, featuring Jere Pilapil, Andrew Mayer, LANGSTON KERMAN, and Jake McDowell, reading pieces they wrote based upon audience suggestions. So first you'll hear them choose topics, and then we'll fast forward to hear the finished piece. Enjoy.
In the meantime, I'm going to read you my latest piece of insulting filth. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, Dwight, have fun at your little clown picnic, laughed Dwight's mom drunkenly as he filled his backpack with supplies. Face paint, a fresh pack of Rizlas, a 2-liter of cherry Faygo. I told you, Mom, it's not a clown picnic, it's the gathering of the Juggalos. Whatever, shit dick, said Dwight's stepdad, Dwight, who mocked little Dwight endlessly for liking the Insane Clown Posse, although he himself owned so much Kiss memorabilia it should be illegal, and also a lot of child pornography. Just stay away long enough I can smoke all your weed and drop a load in your mom, he said. Dwight shoved Dwight out the door. Little Dwight kicked rocks and waited by the dirt road that led to his mobile home as he waited for his friends. Before long, the diarrhea-brown Toyota Camry pulled up. Get in, tard boy, said Quinn, the driver. The rear door popped open and one of the 2 boys in the back got out. You ride, bitch, fuckface, said Luke. Yeah, limp dick, said Colin. They were his best friends. This was to be Dwight's first pilgrimage to the gathering of the Juggalos. He wedged himself in and began listening to the other 4 boys regale him with tales of years past. One time, this chick let 5 dudes fuck her in the ass. Last year, we all did Molly and fed a homeless guy to a Rottweiler. In 2012, we threw human shit at Tila Tequila. It sounded great. Before long, they arrived at the campground and parked. Dwight got out of the Camry and looked around. He felt like he was among his people. They were everywhere. They were painted up. They were fat as shit. Which was ironic since most juggalos had suffered from low birth weight. It was comforting to be among his peers for the first time, but most comforting was the thick coat of grease paint he was now applying to his face in the side view mirror. It covered his physical deformities. It made him look like everyone else. Maybe for the first time, Dwight could relax without constant fear of being bullied, he thought. But just as he'd begun smearing on the makeup, he felt a presence behind him. He turned to see towering over him a shirtless, rotund youth with a full-chest, shaggy two-dope tattoo. What the fuck is wrong with your face, he asked. My mom drank when I was a baby, Dwight replied, hesitantly. The stranger stared at him like a dog trying to do math. Dwight braced for whatever abuse he had just invited. There was a long pause before the pudgy delinquent finally broke the silence. Dude, that's awesome, he exclaimed, before turning and announcing to his crew, yo, my boy here been getting fucked up on the reg since he was in the womb, son. Dwight was almost crushed in the avalanche of juggalo high fives. He felt accepted for the first time in his life. What's your name, bro? Another stranger asked. Dwight, said Dwight. That's fucking lame, yo. You need a juggalo handle, son, the stranger replied. I'll work on it, Dwight stammered. The concert that night had everything. White rappers dressed as clowns. But even through the haze... Even through the haze of ditchweed, vodka, Fagos, and his own developmental disability... It gets worse. Dwight couldn't help but notice that the Insane Clown Posse's lyrics did seem awfully preachy and actually borderline Christian. He tried to concentrate instead on the sick beats and cool makeup, plus the tits. A lot of girls seem to believe that their worth as people was based solely on their willingness to flash their tits. Their dads were probably super cool guys. But as rad as the concert was, it was the after party that Dwight was most looking forward to. As the show ended, he and his friends made their way back and gathered around the campfire. No one had thought to gather any wood, so it was mostly just wet cardboard and smoldering plastic 2-liter bottles. The smell would have been overpowering if Dwight had been born with any sense of smell. Before long, he found himself locked into eye contact with a girl across the fire pit. She wore those furry, pink, knee-length boots, thong underwear, assless chaps, suspenders, a black lacy bra, a huge Hatchet Man medallion, everything except clothes, basically. Her hair was done up in those pink dreadlocks, and she had her nose pierced, the gross part, the middle. Oh, fuck you. Her eyeliner looked like it had been applied by dipping a flaccid cock in a bucket of ink because it had. Backstage earlier by Twisted. Amazingly, the strange girl approached Dwight. She was clearly older than his 15 years. "Won't your mom be upset if you miss curfew?" she taunted. "No, I come from a terrible home," said Dwight, who was born without the ability to discern sarcasm. Up close, the girl was smoking, like Dwight's mom when she was pregnant with him. She had everything a juggalo guy looked for in a juggalo girl. Jacked up teeth. "I've never met my father," she flirted. "I've never met my father," she flirted. "Lucky," exclaimed Dwight. The next thing he knew, her tongue was down his throat. Dwight's dick got harder than a GED test when you have fetal alcohol syndrome. Instinctively, Dwight shoved his hand down the front of the girl's panties. Her pussy was wetter than the ceiling tiles in Dwight's mobile home. "Your pussy is wetter than the ceiling tiles in my mobile home," said Dwight. "Do you have a condom?" she gasped. "No, but I have fetal alcohol syndrome," he replied. It didn't matter.